All right, well, World Junior Camp is moving on. We have the last inter-squad tomorrow before the final cuts are made. They're taking 25 guys. Team Canada released 9 players today, I believe.
Yeah.
All Maritimers still there.
Huge.
Huge, yeah.
Which is massive, obviously. Yeah, it's big. So they locked in their goalies already. They released. I think they're taking 3.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. They've expanded rosters this year. Is that right?
Yeah, so I think they're going to take the like, I mean, someone gets COVID or something happens during it, but yeah, so they got the 3 goalies. So like you said, and the Canada normally does this camp has the goalies earlier than the players, just so the goalies can kind of work their way who's going to be number 1, who's going to be number 2.
Yeah.
Because and also in IHF, I could be wrong, but I think everybody has to dress to get a medal. So at some point, like the third goalie will have to be a backup for a game, so he can qualify and get a medal.
Like Rodrigue last year.
That's right.
He backed up, I think, a game,
Yeah.
but he never got action.
That's the Canadian way.
Yeah.
Why not?
Include everyone.
Why not?
It's like gym class. You got the girl that doesn't know how to play dodgeball. You're gonna let her play, even though she doesn't know how. You let her, you include her.
That's right.
It's the Canadian way. You got to make sure everyone gets a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not comparing the back of
Canada.
third goalie to Team Canada to a girl in gym class. But
I mean, maybe.
that's the mindset.
You
Hey.
never know. And maybe she has some untapped talent.
And
but-
Canada's division's so weak, her pool. So I mean, you probably put all 3 of them in the play a game, start a game if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
but
worry about it. So
it's Canada has depth. There's no doubt about that.
Yes.
Team Sweden does not. They've lost their head coach and I
Almost
think
their
it
whole
was
coaching
3
staff.
players.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Their head coach got COVID, and I don't know who had COVID first. If it was a player, a coach, whatever. But essentially, there's been an outbreak for Team Sweden, so they're losing guys, getting sent home left, right, and center, which is obviously thinning out their roster. Because Sweden is obviously a contender every single year.
Yeah.
I mean, they destroy the round robin every year, sweep the round robin, and then they decide to lose the next
bow
one.
out.
and we
But,
choke.
Yeah.
they're the Maple Leafs of the World Juniors, essentially.
There's talk of them maybe even pulling out if they can't put together.
Well, at what
you know.
point? Why do you come to Europe? Take away the holiday? Like I mean, why? Right?
Yeah.
And I mean,
I
if
saw
you're not going to
something-
compete,
I saw something that they might even be looking at hiring a Canadian coach to coach them, someone
Yeah.
who's already here.
Yeah.
Because they can't, find another coach there and then have to also go through the protocols with him
yeah.
and then
Yeah,
bring them
makes
over. So,
sense.
yeah.
And the Swede coach, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he's probably been the longest serving World Junior coach of any team that's there. So as soon as you see him behind the bench, you know exactly who he is.
For Team Canada?
For the
Sweden.
Swedes.
So
okay.
them losing him, like that's probably a big thing for them just in general.
Yeah, he's like every single year that I see him, it looks like he's gonna have a heart attack on the bench.
Ugh.
Like he's old, very old.
How many gold medals does he have?
None. Well, I
One?
mean, I don't. When
Did they
was
get one?
Sweden's last? Did they beat the Russians in
I
Saskatoon?
think they did. I
Or not
think-
Saskatoon. I was not. When it was.
I'm pretty sure that they have won.
They did because
within the last 10
Pugliarvi
years.
scored. I think the overtime winner.
Pugliarvi's finished.
Not Pugliarvi. Sorry, the old. Who was the guy who used to play for? Magnus Pugliarvi Svensson.
Pugliarvi?
Yeah, that's right.
Pugliarvi.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
that guy. So the Swedes did win one.
Okay.
Or maybe it was Mika Zibanejad, but the Swedes did get one out
Yeah.
in Canada.
But yeah, either way, I mean, Swedes classic choke artist.
Oh, 100%.
But
They're-
I think we should go back to all Maritimers still in the camp.
Oh, it's amazing.
That's
yeah.
huge. We got Barron, Spence, Cormier, Newhook, and I'm missing someone.
Who would you say there? Cormier, Spence, New.
Barron?
Barron,
said Barron.
Spence, Cormier,
We're
Newhook.
missing another Newfoundlander.
Mercer, of course.
The
Austin
returning.
Mercer.
The returner.
Yes,
If you
of
think about
course.
how many people are within how many people are in Atlantic Canada compared to Ontario? Like, what's the difference?
I would feel like Ontario has
Oh,
more than all of Atlantic Canada.
Well, of
Yeah,
course
by
it does,
millions.
but like,
Yeah.
I wonder by how many more is my question.
Probably by a significant
Probably
amount,
a
I
good
would assume.
15, 20 million. I'm just guessing, but it's a lot.
Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Im-
No, I get
impressive.
your
Like-
yes,
like-
Yeah.
yes. We punch really above our weight class all the maritime provinces for our population compared to the rest of Canada.
and I love how maybe not every single guy is a skilled guy, but they bring something to the table.
Yes.
They bring that depth. They bring that. I know that the maritime grit thing is big around here, but it's a true saying. It's a thing that maritimers bring on a national level, and it gets recognized at a national level. Marchand being a perfect example, even though Marchand's a very skilled guy.
Yeah, he
But at
grew
the
into
beginning
that.
of his career, he wasn't known as a skilled guy. He just brought that. He brought that jam and.
Well, even when
Look at him.
Steven Dixon made that super team
Yeah.
back in the day, like
Oh,
he
yeah.
wasn't there to score goals. He
No.
was there to play a role. Yeah, like I agree with you 100% on that. And like, yeah, it would be so awesome. I don't think all of them will make it. I mean,
Just in that group alone, you've got Cormier, Spence,
Yeah.
Barron. 3 of them are defensemen. but
So-
you're not going to be able to realistically
Exactly.
take all
Yeah.
3 of them. But it's still.
I think we're good. The Newfoundland boys are safe. They're both on that team. Newhook and
I would
Mercer.
say.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, for
so
sure.
I mean, Mercer's a returner. He's
yeah,
gonna
and I think
play.
Newhook was the final cut last year, was he not?
Yeah, he was there for a while.
Yeah, so I think
That was a great conversation I had with him. He's bored, but he's thankful to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
well,
yeah.
he's had a crazy path just in hockey in general. What he
Yeah.
played BC Junior A, right?
Yeah, but he had to leave Newfoundland. That's the thing. You
Yeah.
got to leave the island in order to get
Cross
exposed.
country, like
Crazy.
legitimately crossed the entire country
Yeah.
at like 17 probably, and now what's BC, or so.
Yeah.
As all you guys probably are, I'm really pulling for Justin Barron. I think he could bring a lot to Team Canada. And I'm looking at, like, Montreal has Caden Gooley, the big defensive prospect there. You know, he's going to be a role player for Team Canada with his size and, you know, his defensive ability. I think him paired with Justin Barron would be absolutely
They were
fire.
paired together last
a
night.
lefty and a righty. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it would be really good.
Who's the first overall or the first round draft pick to Colorado last year? The defenseman
Byram.
Byram.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Byron.
he's a
Is
return,
he a
yeah.
lefty as well? And then Barron's a righty.
I think he's a lefty. Barron,
Yeah.
Barron being a right-handed shot plays in his favor big time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I looked at this the other day. I think Canada only invited. I think only 5 of the.
it was 5, yeah.
Were only right-handed shots. So that's a huge advantage for Justin.
And they always go left-right. They usually don't stray away from that. So
I think
Yeah.
this is a great advantage for the Colorado organization in
Oh,
general,
oh,
having those
massive.
Yeah.
names there. That's great. It's great for them to get to know one another too and gel.
Well, because you would think. I mean, even if like all 3 of them will be Colorado average, it's not like one of these things where it's like.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah, like
They're
he
gonna
may
be
not
a-
make
yeah.
it. I would feel like all 3 of those boys are going to make the Colorado average at some point.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a good look. I just hope it happens, man. I got the
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
sleeve T-shirts, like, World Juniors. You got to go. They go.
I
hand
think
in
we
hand. It has
cleared
to
a huge
happen.
hurdle within the last 48 hours. So I think they come Sunday. Am I right on that? I could
The
be
world.
wrong.
No, the.
Teams come on. Oh, the thing.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you talked about the long sleeves.
But that's what I'm
They're
saying. I think the
here.
World Junior is going to happen. So I think your sweaters are going to be a hit.
Okay.
So
there's a few other teams that have dealt
Alright.
with some positives. The Swiss, the Germans.
Swiss lost 3 guys today. Germany
Yeah.
lost their 2nd and 3rd best player to the tournament.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
so
Yeah, Bob
That's-
McKenzie tweeted
that's
that
not
out.
good.
So the Americans have had guys that can't go because their conference, like college conference, won't allow them. Like they can't do the quarantine
So
or whatever
much
it
is
is.
up in the air.
So it's all the teams. It's not just So all the teams are being. I mean, even Canada sent home 5 guys the other day. So I don't know if any of those boys were slated to make the team, but nonetheless.
but that's what I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
before. It's like, okay, let's say Kirby Doc has COVID. Are you sending him home? Like, do
I
you
think
keep
you're
that
probably
on wraps?
doing everything in your power to keep. I don't know.
It's like, okay, yeah, you sent 9 guys home, but did you send them because of their skill set wasn't
Well,
there?
I think at that point,
or
if
because
his,
they had COVID?
if his name gets out, the Blackhawks are like, yeah, we're not having him like potentially have COVID, and the first thing he does is World Juniors. Like we're going to probably bring him back, train him, build him
Yeah.
back up. But we lost Laffy though. That's tough.
Yeah. I mean,
It wouldn't be. Don't get me wrong, it'd be awesome. It wouldn't be fair.
no, it wouldn't.
It
be
wouldn't
fair.
if Lafreniere was there, if Kirby Doc was there, even that Cousins guy. Cousins is going to be in the NHL.
Yeah, Dylan
very,
Cousins is
like,
a really good player.
Cousins is very good. Not saying
Yeah.
he's on the level of Doc and Lafreniere, but if Lafreniere was there, man,
it wouldn't be. It,
It
wouldn't
just
be fair.
Even without Laffy, we could be looking back on this team 10 years from now. Like we look at that 2005 team. You know,
Yeah.
from then, it's like this team's stacked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good point.
It's just rare that we get a season like this where the NHL is able to send back players like this because the
Yeah.
last time it happened was the lockout.
Yeah, well, we pooped the bed that year. Not the lockout with Crosby, then, but the one with Nuge was there, Shifley was there, Russia.
Whoa.
So we don't want the last lockout. We want the lockout before that to happen this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It'll be interesting to watch. Hopefully, Christmas Day is supposed to start. Hopefully,
yeah, Russia,
would be a
Russia,
great-
USA.
great Christmas present to wake up and watch the World Juniors
For sure.
and the long sleeve.
and the long sleeves.
Watch
Wear
the
your
World
high
Juniors
button.
with your long sleeve on.
Christmas morning. First thing you do, wake up, put your high button long sleeve on, open up your
cozy.
presents, flick on the World Juniors.
Yeah, hopefully you get a
And-
little snow too. A little bit of snow would be nice.
Just a little bit, just like how much we got today. You got a little
Oh,
snow.
yes,
it was
yes.
gone by the afternoon, but all you want is a little in the
Yes.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
All for the aesthetic. That's all.
That's right.
Looks good. The green and the white snow. This long
Oh,
sleeve
yeah.
green.
It's all about the high button long sleeves. That's
That's all it is.
primary focus of all of Christmas this year. High button long sleeves.
All right, what do we?